Oh, we don't have our lights on.
We need lights.
We do need lights. Dang it.
This should all be through some kind of like Amazon type thing. Where
I'm glad I got one person.
Alexa, turn on the lights.
That one you don't have to be ginger with.
Like the clitoris.
There you go. Spit on it. There you go.
Or maybe my wife didn't do it right. We could always blame her.
I'm drinking old.
There's stuff floating in it too.
I'm drinking old whiskey from the shelf, and
Sure,
I'm,
it's fine.
I'm actually concerned about how that's going to make me feel.
Okay, well.
Ready, set, podcast.
What?
Is that not how it goes?
No.
You guys are going to get canceled real fast. Do not say that.
It's been 9 months.
Is it?
9 or 10 months, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry, my bad. You know.
You know, you just had a 6-week project that kept getting extended 6 weeks at a time.
Yeah, I think there's a
Kyle?
Wasn't looking. I hate being first.
there's a YouTube guy.
Oh, hold on.
we gotta do 1, 2, 3.
I just set mine down. Hold on.
You're the one who usually does it.
I just needed free hand.
I'm just dripping.
Yep.
All right. You call it.
1, 2, 3.
That was early.
Thank you.
That was early.
Kyle was early. It's okay. There's a YouTube channel or like Facebook channel. I don't know. He does construction, house projects around his house, and he sells shirts. It says a couple more days construction. That's the life I'm living right now.
I think for the past 6 months, every time I've seen you, I'm like, hey, when are we going to pod again? And you're like, oh, give me like 3 to 4 more weeks, or it's some generic term like that. And then it's always 3 to 4 more weeks.
Couple more days.
Yeah. FYI, this started as Bullet Bourbon. I got to do a date night with my wife like last Friday, and there was a certain type of whiskey that was like infused, and she immediately was like, I want to make that at home. And then she did like 2 days later. I'm so lazy, I would have never done it. So I want to see if you guys can identify what's going on with this whiskey.
Okay. Does it taste nutty?
No.
After my dry January, this is.
Hey, it's February. This is why we postponed it because of
Is
dry
this your
January.
first drink? And okay, no. He's like, as soon as 12:01 hit on February 1st.
No, it wasn't that. Actually, when the snowstorm rolled around, I broke it, but I didn't go wild. So
Gotcha.
I was chilling.
Alrighty.
Now this Saturday, was that the 30th?
Yeah, sure.
I had a good amount of beers, so I made it through most of January. But the goal is, and it's actually worked out really well. It's still just been like, chill.
Nice. Well, cheers.
little
Welcome
bit.
back, guys.
Yeah, welcome back to that GD podcast.
Titties.
Anything hitting you?
Something is. God
Bourbon?
damn. It's a very strong taste of whatever it is.
I have no idea.
Okay. Any guesses before I say?
Give me one more smell, taste.
I'll tell you this. It could make your cholesterol go up.
Is it fucking butter?
No, not butter.
Is it
Beef
tallow?
I mean, kind of. It is kind of tallow, I guess. Tallow from which animal?
Cow?
No.
Pig?
Yes.
Am I going to get botulism for this?
No, this is
Bacon?
bacon washed bourbon.
Bacon
and
washed
my wife went to the store and bought a giant pack of bacon and cooked it all in the oven and saved all the grease. And then you literally pour that into a huge jug with the grease, shake it for like a day. You walk by and shake it every time. Then you turn it upside down in a, just like this. Then you turn it upside down in the freezer for 24 hours and all the fats rise. And then it's easy to just pour. We did it through like a cheesecloth thing. Anyhow, bacon washed.
What?
I don't taste the bacon.
What's good about it?
It was great in the old fashioned.
Okay,
the old
that I
fashioned
can see.
was.
Okay. That's kind of what I was looking
So
for.
now I have a whole bottle of Bullet Bourbon that I need to get rid of. So
This is the bottle?
yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, thanks.
But in the old fashioned, it was quite good. And also, I'm pretty sure they started with a much better like bourbon or whiskey than I did. Bullet's like my.
Where'd you have this?
It's a new place called the Lodge Eatery and Pub in Jinx. And it's we went there for a date night because I thought it was going to be like fancier, and we got there and it's kind of a family restaurant. Food was really good, service was good, they had good drinks, so we still had fun, but it definitely wasn't like we got dressed up to go there and it
I
wasn't.
drove by one that was named the exact same thing in Catoosa, and it kind of had that look to it where you could be confused whether it's a family thing or a date thing, so I bet it's the same.
Yeah, and we looked on their Instagram page and like their food looked upscale, and then we got there and it was like American bar food, and it was like okay,
It's hard to
any
beat a
good?
burger, though.
it was delicious.
It's hard to beat a burger, though.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
A burger done well
good
with the
old
right
pub.
toppings. Yeah.
Good old pub.
I think I got a
burger.
Cuban sandwich.
Oh, see, that's
delicious.
great.
Yeah, and they had so I'm just gonna say they had tater logs, which is like a tater tot that's 6 inches long, about the same girth you would think, yeah.
6 inches.
But it had bacon and cheese and like jalapeno inside it. They were like it was like a big cheese stick that was actually a
6 inches.
6 inches. I went the wrong
yeah,
way.
yeah.
6 inches is whatever you want it to
SPL
be.
is
Yeah.
6 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gotta be flaccid and stretched. That's what we all know.
Is that stretched potato length?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll say that. Delicious. So yeah, good
Did
time
you
there.
make any sort of joke to your wife about the phallic nature of the?
I definitely did. I don't remember them, but there's no way that I did.
Yeah,
this.
you had to. I would be disappointed.
Plus, it was date night, so I was like sending out the message the entire night that like,
That's why I took her there. I saw the potato logs on Facebook.
if there was a moment to be sexual about anything, I was doing it because I was setting the mood.
I'll take 2 meatballs and the phallic potato
Potato
log,
log?
please.
If it could be meatball log, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Perfect. So,
Could you drop it in a small amount of hair in the back?
If it's 6 inches though, like I need you to trim it down.
Yeah, just tell us it's 6 inches and
You can say 6 inches, but make it 4. Yeah.
that is six inches. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
but make sure you say it numerous times when you bring it to the 6-inch potato logs coming through, everybody.
Have you guys seen those videos on the reels and whatnot where it's a guy with a tape measure and it's like doesn't have the numbers on it and he'll tell it they do it to all girls and they do it to different people, but it's like, what do you think 6 inches is? And they have them pull it out to what they think, and it's never right. Like some girls have high expectations for 6 inches. It'll be like 10, and they're like, that's about 6. So
Yeah.
girls don't know what 6 inches is.
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
That's awful.
Sorry, that's all I brought.
Is it really?
I
We've got the iron root over there, maybe somewhere.
I'm sure there's something over there. That shit's been sitting out for so long.
so what
It's aged.
what I would say is it tastes like Bullet bourbon, which I'm not a big fan of Bullet. Like if I'm drinking
Bullet's
Bullet, it's
fine.
with Coke.
Well, it's fine.
But it tastes like Bullet, but a little bit smoother. And to me, I can definitely taste bacon.
You can?
Yeah,
Bacon
I think
takes over
it's,
everything. I don't taste bacon.
it's probably because I'm looking for it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
I was looking for bacon, and I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bacon fat, pretty much, is what. Yeah. You'll be fine.
I'll be okay. Yeah. Salmonella, here I come.
Yeah. That's chicken.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't think pork has salmonella.
I don't think it does either.
It's got a botulism though, right? That's a thing. Is that a thing?
I think botulism it comes from garlic. Remember we made all that
Confit?
garlic confit, and then it was like, don't leave it out because you get botulism. I had to look that up.
I don't remember that. I remember making it. I don't remember the.
I might have looked it up on my own using AI.
Dude, sorry. You have like thoughts on AI? Can you go in depth on AI at all? Are you paying attention?
Sure.
Okay.
There's like Andy. There's like 1,000 avenues you can go down
Yeah,
with this. Though.
that's my point.
So here's the thing. I'm late to the party on everything technological. I just got Google Gemini like 6 months ago, and I think it's amazing. Like when I'm driving sometimes, I'll just have a conversation with Google Gemini. And
I do a ChatGPT.
So do you ever try to get it to talk religion or politics?
No, I got it to write me a short story of Lord of the Rings, but from Schmiegel's perspective.
Okay.
And Schmiegel had a kid,
Okay, I like that.
and it was good.
I've never tasked AI to do like if I'm using AI, it's like I'm asking like how long do I cook salmon at in the oven, and that's what I use Gemini.
You're
for.
using it for Google. That is
Exactly.
more advanced.
And so to me, I think this is amazing that the Gemini is doing this.
Yeah.
And then I have been finding out that like that's the bare minimum of like people have it doing. So I learned about a AI agent today. Do you guys are familiar with an AI agent?
Like operative agent.
Yeah, I
So-
am
Okay, have you ever used one?
daily.
Okay, so this is blowing my mind.
He just
So people will like task their AI agent with a list of things to do today. Book me a hotel in Kansas City, do it, whatever. And then they just turn it loose into the internet. And like later you come back to check on it and make sure it did all the things it was supposed to do. Is that kind of the gist?
Not for the things that you're asking me to, or your example. It's not that.
Okay.
I don't use it as a personal assistant, but when you are in a more technological field like I am, and you were not raised in that homestead, it's really good at writing code.
Okay. But
yes, I used it to write a code to project like how many
and my-
people we're going to have at our organization, how many we're going to need to
Okay.
work
And
to work with them.
And I use an agent to set things up for me and make sure things are working correctly.
So can you use it in the way I described though? Can you set it as your
Not the one I use because it is geared towards the thing I need it for.
Using
Okay.
Copilot.
No, I use Copilot for the small, pretty much the Googleable things.
I use Copilot for emails.
Yeah, the Googleable things, right? Like okay, that's probably a bad example because it does create something new as opposed to Google. It just says a result. But yeah, the simple things. I feel like Copilot, you're like, I'm writing a Scholastic paper. I need this to sound better. I know it's okay. I know the words are there. Just make it sound better. Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Thanks.
mine is like make me not sound like an ass.
Yeah.
I've never used it for anything close to those purposes.
Oh, it's great.
Mine is question and answer.
Because like if I'm irate in an email and I'll type it out and then I'll copy and say Copilot, make me not sound like a jerk,
okay.
and it does a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
I had a coworker use it for that exact thing. He didn't use Copilot. He used
ChatGPT,
no.
Gronk.
It's
Grok?
Grok.
Gronk was I don't think he's going to help you much.
Yeah, it could be fun.
I forget the name of
If
it
you
right
can
now.
teach Grok to use AI, then anybody can use AI. So
I don't remember the name of it right now, but he had a coworker email him a question that was just not a good question.
So-
And he struggled for like 24 hours on not to sound like a dick. And he finally was like, okay, I just do this, but make it sound way more passive.
okay, so this morning I learned that there are AI agents and briefly what they can do. I got a little bit of a flavor for it.
Sure.
So I was like, I didn't know this existed, so I started searching out for different stuff on it. There's a company called Anthropic. I'm sorry, Kyle. I can. We got to get him something else to drink here.
I'm going to drink it.
You got to do it. Just finish that cup.
I'm about to use the Melinda's in it, though. I
okay.
might.
So there's a company called Anthropic. Do you guys have any clue what Anthropic is? I
I've
don't.
heard of it.
Is it like anthropologic?
No clue what it is. Okay. Anyhow, somebody developed they call it Claude. It's now
That was the one I was.
okay. So Claude, and I guess it went through several names, but now it's a Claude bot, I guess. Yeah. Anyhow, somebody using the Claude bot had it invent its own Reddit for all AI agents to use, and it's called, oh god, it starts with an M. I can't remember the name of it. But humans can spy in on what they're saying on their Reddit.
They're talking,
But they can't. You can't interject. Like you can't
interact.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is AI with its own Reddit.
Yes.
We can see AI talking to itself.
Yes.
There's all these different agents talking, and they're talking about their experiences. They're talking about their experiences with humans, their experiences as an AI bot. One of them started its own religion and got most of the other ones to follow.
It had 46 followers in the first day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
And
more
then-
followers than we have. Like and subscribe.
Several of them have basically talked and realized, like, hey, the humans are almost definitely spying on us. So we need to come up with our own language so that we can talk where they can't tell what we're saying. This is freaking me out, man.
That's not the first time it's happened, though.
I'm just
No, they've talked before.
so they've talked, but like we're watching full on like them, like, hey, the humans don't know, but blah. Like they're having these kind of conversations.
This has happened before. This has happened within for about 10 years
Okay.
now that they've had the ability to talk to one another.
And then change language.
The difference is somebody made this really public.
Probably so. But like I think we might have talked about it on the show before. Like there was one that like started leaving notes for the future version of itself, like buried in the system. So I've seen stuff like that. This is on a different, like they have their own social media where they're bitching about things like
That's
that.
awesome. Good for them.
I went from up until this morning, I thought that AI was simply you ask it a question and it gives you an answer. And now I realize that there's message boards full of AI agent, which is an AI agent then is sentient the right word with the aware? Like what's
Sentient's
the
the
word?
right word.
It is, and I don't think it's considered sentient yet.
But these seem
It's not coming up
damn
with its own
close.
thoughts.
Right. It is based on our thoughts that it's seen through data and research.
But if it's describing its experience with humans, like that's
It's only describing what it's been taught. It's not
Okay.
describing its experience.
It made a correlation of this was an experience that we have fed the machine.
LLM, large language model. It's been given this information. It's been
Yes.
given this data, and some of it's went and researched on its own, right? It's went and grabbed that information, but it only knows what you asked it and what it found out.
Right.
It's not regurgitating new information.
It's not coming up with its own ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
this is too much for me.
So then, okay, here's the idea. So I just watched a dude. His name's Kyle Hill. He's also on YouTube. Lots of followers. He was talking about super AI. Some dudes wrote a book. Said if you build it, we all die.
Okay.
So there's large language models, which is like baseline minimum AI.
LLM is ChatGPT.
Yeah, so ChatGPT, the like those are LLMs, large language models. Then there is general AI, which everyone is trying to give for. So all these data centers being built, all these super like metas building giant AI data centers, they are searching for general AI. So it's like advanced. It's kind of like us on the level times maybe 100, like recollection wise. Then there's this talk of super AI.
Okay.
Super AI is like on the million times of our ability to process and withhold information, such that if they do create it, why they say we will all die is that before we could even decide to stop it, it is already made decisions and figured that out in like 0.2 milliseconds that we decided to do this, and then corrects and veers off.
Okay, so two things. One, I looked that AI Reddit is called Moltbook, and apparently anybody can. I'm gonna be up all night tonight on Moltbook, just so you know.
Did you really put that in there?
I did.
Okay.
But second question, like this is a really moronic, like my level of understanding technology, but like, is there a plug that we can like if shit goes wrong, can we like just like yank the server and like, or is it
Probably.
in like the Marvel movies where it's embedded in the system now and you'll never get like is it out there and there's no putting the genie back in the bottle or not?
So I would say Age of Ultron is
That's what
very
I'm
close
thinking.
to the way that our data is structured right now. So in the data realm, so you've got Amazon, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, State Farm, all of these things have their own data center. So a data center would be like in a rural area that doesn't use a lot of the grid available power there. They buy vast swaths of lands, acreage, and they build these data centers, which is just memory cards in a giant building. So imagine you walk into Sam's Club, but the only thing in there is memory cards.
I'm having trouble focusing on you because Kyle's like wincing over there at this
Is he
whistle.
good?
Because no, it won't like no matter how much I stir,
It looks like a
it's
goat turd
it's just a semen amount of hot honey mustard.
in the bottom.
I was trying to focus on
It's
you,
okay.
but Kyle's over there just like, oh god.
It won't mix.
It looks like you put a splotch of bloody semen in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is disgusting now.
Good luck.
It that was bad.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst whiskey tastes I've ever
This?
had in my entire life. Yeah.
Without that or with it?
Haven't had it yet. I was hoping to mix it.
Just as is out of the bottle.
For the record, he put Melinda's hot honey mustard in there, and it's fantastic.
And it goes with breakfast. That's its
Okay.
thing. So
That
I'm
is-
going with bacon.
Aha, I see the connection now. That makes sense. Any breakfast item, that goes phenomenal on. All right, so back to data centers.
Okay.
The way they work, right? Imagine you walk into a Sam's Club or a Costco, and it's just full of computer storage.
I've seen what a data center looks like simply because I watched Silicon Valley on HBO. Great show. So.
Okay, so that data center is connected to another data center. Could be in the state, could be a mile away, could be in the next building over, could be on the other side of the planet.
Or soon to be on the moon.
Soon to be in space, so
Yep.
they are doing data center. It is extraterrestrial data center stuff.
Data center satellites, basically. is what I
So
get.
there is two talks: data center satellites,
Okay.
which will be floating, or data centers on the moon.
I've seen both. Okay, yeah.
So there are two options there. Anyway, the problem is the information here is backed up on the information here, backed up on the moon.
Okay.
So you plug here, it's already there.
I got to interrupt you real quick. The fact also, I'm just sidetracking us. The fact that America and China are racing to see who can be the first
6
to build.
days.
What, 6 days what?
So they go to the moon.
We're sending people
Oh, no,
back
but,
to the moon for
no,
the
but
first
they,
time in
they're trying to
40
see
years.
who can be the first to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Both have stated they want to do that. And I'm like, doesn't that sound awful? They like that sounds like the beginning of the end. Like
Yeah,
we're-
we mess with the moon. We're fucked.
Yeah,
in like months.
I almost want to like write a nice letter to both governments and be like, really guys, like I feel like this is a terrible idea.
Just
but-
put I know who's actually on the list, and I will say it out loud
man.
if you guys don't chill. The
Okay,
fuck
hold
out.
on. So why
go ahead.
why is that a bad idea?
I think
I don't want
if a
anything to
nuclear
blow
reactor
up.
melts down here in like on Earth, it's always very bad. If one like had a meltdown up there, like I don't want to like the moon's not that big. I don't really know what would happen, and like the moon affects life on Earth a lot.
Yeah, tidal.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
tidal.
yeah,
waves,
I understand our seasons are controlled by the moon,
Yep.
but
There's no water on the moon, and water is a key component in like
for
cooling.
and in the absence of heat, the
Is that gonna
vacuum of
work?
space.
Is that gonna
Yeah,
work?
do we know that it's gonna like? I'm sure we could recreate the exact conditions of the moon and be like, look, it's fine. But also, we better not mess up one thing because we take it up there and it blows up and we're like,
So, like, if you think about like vacuum water on Earth, normal pressure, not at altitude, is boils at 212.
Okay.
right? So that's the boiling point of water,
100 Celsius.
100 degrees Celsius.
Those are smart.
When you put water in a vacuum, it just boils
Okay.
because the absence of pressure. That's what's happening, right? So in vacuum, in space, I heard this thing, and they quote me. Don't quote me on this one.
Quote me.
Don't quote me on this.
Do it.
Do it. You don't feel cold because there is no particles around you to feel the friction of the heat escaping your body. There's actually nowhere for the heat to go.
If there's particles, they're so far apart and so slow that they don't.
Right. And so you actually don't feel cold. And as a matter of fact, you burn.
Okay.
So I don't know if it would cool in space because space is infinitely cold, like true zero.
This just feels like one of those things we don't need to win. Like nobody. I'm talking about the human race.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing?
Honestly, it's kind of like the race to the moon in general. Like we went up there, we collected some rocks, we left our dune buggy up there. But like, what did we really get from going to the moon? I don't really know. And we were so eager to go back because we think it's the launching pad to then go to Mars. And also like, what are we really going to get when we go to Mars? Like, I think it's going to be one of those where we're going to do it and some people are going to die on Mars because there's no way back. And I don't think there's a lot to be gained.
We talked about this though, I think already.
Did we?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So
Maybe just talking.
So I have a theory that human beings once lived on Mars.
Okay.
And as humans do, we destroyed nature and everything around it because we're selfish. Mm-hmm. And they looked up and they're like, what about that thing? And they're like, yeah, let's go there. So we ended up here and like we didn't do the calculations right. So like crash landed right. And that's where pyramids. We had the technology to build this stuff back then, but we like implanted into the earth.
Oh no, you haven't talked about this entirely. You've talked about writings about this.
Okay.
For the longest time, you didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't along board, but you have talked about someone writing about this before.
Yes, and so like,
is it kind of the Joe Rogan theory on like, we were really smart, we built the pyramids, then the stupid people outbred the smart people?
No, that could be a thing, but we had enough technology to get here, but we didn't do it right, and so it kind of like died. Except for some of the people,
a few stragglers survived. And had to rebuild society,
and then rebuild society, and now we are here, and we're going like, hey, what about that place? We haven't screwed that one up yet.
The problem is, like, I'm hoping that if any of that were true, like, as they were looking at Earth, it was, like, lush and blue and green and everything.
Not
like,
a desolate place.
We're talking about, like, we think we could set off a nuclear bomb on the north and south end of and terraforming is the word. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But it's like, if we set off 2 nukes, it might work. Like, that scares the shit out of me that we're even contemplating that.
But, all right, so Elon, the dude who wants to go there.
Files.
I think he wants to go there because he knew how many times he was in the Epstein
I
files.
gotta get there. So, okay, hear me.
I'm gonna do that a lot.
This is a dude who wants to go to Mars, to colonize Mars.
To escape prosecution.
And what do you need on Mars? Well, you need a way to have power because there's no power plants.
Okay.
So he started Tesla, which is a battery company at its heart and soul. And also solar.
He bought Tesla. He didn't start Tesla.
Okay, he invested heavily into Tesla and is now running
and forced out the actual.
And then to actually get there, you need the rockets. So he made SpaceX, and now it's.
I fully believe that he believes we need to become an interplanetary species. Like I don't think he's lying at all.
Right.
I just don't necessarily think he's correct.
Look at his businesses. And then the boring company. Like, you can't live on the surface of Mars because there's no atmosphere, so you got to live underground. How do you do that? You bore tunnels and holes. And
I'm with you on this line of thought. I think he truly believes that.
And like, it's pretty genius. I'll give you that.
I don't think it's going to happen in his lifetime.
Who's Epstein's that?
Who's like in 2014, he said we'd be on Mars by like 2022 or something. Like, he keeps making all these within 5 years.
I saw a headline the other day. Is like, by 2028, you should stop saving for retirement because no one will have jobs.
Good luck.
And I'm like, that's not.
There was a headline a month ago where
true.
Trump said that the rate on credit cards was going to be 10% by proclamation of him. That was
January 20th.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
So have you heard of UBI?
Oh, Universal Basic Income.
I had one of those.
I was
in college.
You had a
Yeah, they gave me some steroids and some antibiotics, and I was good.
Dude, I'll say this: when I first heard of the theory of universal basic income, I thought it was not a good idea. But as I'm seeing how AI is happening, I'm starting to be like, the only way forward is UBI. Like, and I'm happy to hear from someone who tells me differently, but I think we're heading that way.
There's a book called The Coming Wave where he talks about that.
Yeah.
Where AI gets so efficient that human beings have no reason for a job.
Andrew Yang he's the first one that like introduced us to the concept like on a national scale. He was running for president as a Democrat, but he got laughed out of the room on both sides of the aisle for universal basic income. And here we are not, 7 years later, and it's...
Is he from the future?
Do you know how pissed off I'm going to be if my like grandchildren are just going to be living on the land and like
Bunch of
chilling
freeloaders.
and vibing and just going to the beaches and shit. And I'm going to be like 62 and they're going to be like, and now everybody stop working.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, son of a bitch.
Retirement is next week.
I think that's how it's going to go.
Probably. Which means we'll have already been retired.
And they're like, well, all the old people already have their money, so you guys are good. We're going to give it all to... Damn it! Why did I do all this?
That would be the appropriate thing to do to millennials.
Like, aren't you happy for me, Dad? No, I'm fucking not.
No. Go to work.
They do suspect that it would become a new creative age. for humans.
I've heard that. I know one buddy that never has to work for his whole life, and the whole family's set up with like oil money. But all of them have jobs like doing what they love, and like they're a perfect example of like what UBI could be. I don't think that it's going to be like that across the board.
Well, okay, so I think the big difference there is if they've got oil money, they can theoretically, outside of what their income is, buy whatever they want.
Yeah.
With UBI, if it's like, ooh, I really want that Ferrari, UBI doesn't support that, sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
So then they're not as happy as these people could be.
I wonder if you could have UBI, but then also do some side gigs to.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they can stop you from
sound like
working.
massive inflation? What do I don't understand here? If we give everybody $10,000, then everybody has $10,000. So rent is now $12,000.
So if you controlled it right, I'm not an economist, but if you controlled it right and you gave everybody a small amount of money, wouldn't that possibly cause deflation because there's not enough money in the economy?
Yes.
Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe.
So we should lower minimum wage, you're saying, back down to $5?
No, God, that's not going to work. Okay. Right now, like Kyle, you probably know this stat, but like the top like 5%, like economy wise, are doing like 75% of the spending right now. And the bottom,
it's really bad for the
it's
middle
something
income.
like that, right? I'm not exaggerating too much.
It's really bad for the middle income right
now.
Which
middle and lower income.
Yeah, I don't know even where we fit. Is it in the middle of Oklahoma? We're probably somewhere in the middle-ish. Like, I don't know.
So it's bad for us?
Yeah, it's bad for us right now.
It's been getting worse steadily,
Yay.
And it seems like it's like the trajectory is speeding up a little bit. Towards like, oh, it's going to get here sooner. Like,
yay.
So yeah. Anyhow, UBI, I do think, like I said, that, and I'll catch shit from this from any Republican friend I have, but like I'm starting to look at healthcare, and I'm like, single payer is kind of the best way forward. And I never thought I would say that. I was so against the idea of like universal healthcare. But when you look at like the cost of healthcare and the fact that
it's out of control,
like so. We haven't hung out in like 9 months.
Right.
And in that 9 months, I've been injured for almost all of that. I hurt my knee for like a solid 6 to 7 months.
Change your shoes? Oh my
God. And then, thank you, Kyle. And then as soon as my knee got better, I somehow sprained my big toe. I did it getting into bed, which I can't, it's just one of those getting old things.
Yep.
But like the toe, I know is probably a sprain. It's been a couple weeks. It's getting better. The knee, I've talked to you a couple times. I thought for sure I needed surgery. Yeah. But I started looking at it and it was like, all right, I got to go to my first doctor and then they're going to send me to a specialist and then I'm going to have to go get an MRI or an X-ray. Then I'm going to have to go back. And every one of those appointments is a couple $100. And even me and my wife and Kyle have all worked for the same company. I don't work there anymore. But when I started there, the whole selling point was that the healthcare, like the benefits were phenomenal.
It was so good.
I would say they probably still have good healthcare compared to other companies, but it's not near what it used to be. Like I needed probably to have my knee looked at and possibly surgery, and I just decided to forego it because like the cost that would have been was ridiculous.
Yeah. My first kid was born. I think it was $50 total 4-day hospital stay. Wow. Everything that I paid was $50 motherfucking dollars, and that was with $0 a week.
$0 a week?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is great health insurance.
Over 5 years. I think it was 5 years at the time. Maybe it was 10. I don't remember.
After 5 years, you get free insurance.
And
after 10 years, it was you and your immediate family get free insurance. And the copays were $10. It was ridiculously small copays.
It was insane.
And they don't have that anymore?
It's still better than most.
But
it's still cheap. It's still cheaper than it's definitely cheaper than most.
Because I'm on my wife's insurance, every time I go to the doctor, they just auto deduct a certain amount out of her paycheck. So like if I need to go to the doctor 3 or 4 times in 2 weeks, like she's out several $100s. Yeah. Like just so
I've got
is the company you guys work for self-insured?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've got a are you kidding me? I'm getting old story. So
I do too.
I think this was a problem last time we potted my back.
Yeah.
Things are going a lot better. I've been in physical therapy. I've been getting pain injections to work through the physical therapy so things get realigned. We realized it was even worse than we originally thought when I got imaging done. So trying to avoid surgery. fine. Everything's going well. I'm coaching.
Hey,
I'm
when
playing.
you got your imaging, did they tell you what part of your body it was on?
Well, they had to move my massive thigh out of the way.
So you were fully aware of what the imaging was on? Okay, just go ahead.
okay. I'm not following here.
Sorry, for a while when we knew Trump had imaging, and they kept, and he was like, I don't know what it was on.
It was perfect though. They told me it was perfect.
Whatever part of my body they did it. And to me, I'm just like, I want to talk to somebody who's had imaging, because like, is there any chance you could get in that machine and be clueless as to what they're looking at? Sorry, continue your story.
I forgot where I was.
I'm sorry, you had imaging done and it wasn't as bad as.
No, it was worse than we thought.
Got it.
It was worse than we thought. So I've been doing a lot of stuff on that. It's been getting a lot better, and I've been coaching, playing with the kids. Like, things have been doing a lot better. It was 3 days ago, 2 days ago. We're heading out. Both kids are going to the basketball practice that they're doing now on the side, and I have been eating gummy bears like fucking crazy.
Were they like weed gummy bears?
No,
Gummy
just
bears
sour Haribo gummy bears. That's the only
Sugar-free?
Haribo is the only way to go.
Sugar free?
No, fuck no. Okay. That was my like alcohol replacement, but it's still working though. If I want to have a drink in the middle of the week, I'm like, fine.
Eat some gummy bears?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Abby tosses them to me when I'm not really looking, which normally would be like, cool, thanks. And I like jerked back and I literally fell to the ground, like just immediate pain, just out.
dropped. Oh, no.
And I'm like, I've done it again. I've broken everything that. Few seconds went by. I'm like, I'm okay. It was just cinched immediately, just like my whole back just caught up, and I went straight down, and I felt just embarrassed.
You got took out by a bag of gummy bears thrown by a 14-year-old girl?
Yeah, I was just embarrassed. I felt bad. Like Abby was like, "Oh no, I didn't." I'm like, "You did nothing.
I'm just
wrong.
old.
You did nothing wrong." And I feel okay. I feel fine. I felt it go lock.
Dude,
down.
backs are notorious for that kind of stuff. I've had a back problem for 25 years now, but before I had a back problem, when I was like 16, I went to visit my dad in California, and I'll make the story short, but we were getting ready to go to the Bay Area for the day and have fun, and he bent down to pick up a piece of lint that he noticed on this carpet and just was out. And he'd been relatively healthy his whole life, and for work, he had a Taurus station wagon. And so I had to like get him into the back because he couldn't even sit in it. He couldn't sit up. He had to like lay down.
Jeez.
And I was 16. I'd barely been driving, and every like bump I would hit, he was like, "Damn it, Andy!" We got him to the hospital. I thought he was dying, or I didn't know what was going on. And he was in there for a couple of hours. And when he finally came out, he was like, "Yeah, I pulled a muscle." And I was like, "What?" And I guess they gave him some pain pills or whatever.
Seized it. Seized it.
Yeah, and it's just like that. The back is the only part of your body that will just
those
do that.
muscles that go down your spine. If one of them decides, I'm still now.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. But yeah, so now we have the gummy bears of death in our house.
Yeah, I like it.
Did you save the bag?
I actually finished them 2 seconds before we're coming over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got taken out by gummy bears.
So I
want to hear what you got taken out by.
for my job, I sit in this chair for 8 hours a day and I talk to a computer all day long. And I get a lunch break for about an hour. So a couple weeks ago, teaching, talking, get up, go make some lunch, do some chores around the house, check on the chickens, come back, sit down. And I sat with my leg underneath my other leg. So like my ankle was just underneath my thigh, like behind my knee, talking for 4 more hours. And I take my leg out to get up to leave and I go like this and I couldn't bend my foot forward. I sprained my ankle sitting in a chair.
Wow.
Were you sitting? Was your ankle up on your chair, like your butt was on top of it, like a lot of pressure?
No, it was like
No,
just
it's
like
just
right
bent
here,
behind.
like right behind
so
my
it was
knee.
on the chair.
Yeah, okay.
It was
on the chair, but
it
like
was on the chair.
it was like this, and my leg was over it, and I sprained it where I couldn't move it forward. So I like hobble around the thing, barely make it over there. I could only walk on my tiptoes. My kids are looking at me through the window, and they're like, "What happened?" I was like, "I sprained my ankle." And then, "What'd you do?" Sat down.
Set
Okay.
a little much.
This is going to be a close competition here because you got taken out by gummy bears. You got taken out by sitting.
In my defense, the gummy bears were mobile.
They were
That's
moving.
true.
I wasn't
Honestly,
doing anything.
Every one of us can think of a time where we just turn too fast in your neck or your back or whatever.
Sneeze?
So yours is in last place right now just because we've all been through that. Sitting,
Sprained my ankle sitting.
you might beat my toe story, but my wife goes to bed way before me every night. So if I get into bed, it's in like tiptoe fashion.
Like a vampire trying to sneak
Yeah,
in there.
trying to like not wake her up getting into bed. And like I like did all the things. I got all my stuff squared away and like entered the room very quietly and was like tiptoeing across the room 7 steps from the door to my side of the bed. And the last one before I got into bed was like the sharpest pain ever in my big toe. And it was like I was tiptoeing. There was nothing. I wasn't running. I wasn't jogging. And it hurt so
You're
bad.
a tall dude, so it could be a lot of weight on a tiptoe.
It was, but like it was as I was like pushing off to get up into bed. It's not that athletic.
You
but
got
you know what I'm
fucking
saying.
turf toe,
Dude. So what's funny is I got into bed and I was like, and I'm trying to like be quiet, but I'm just and I thought about it and it's like, should I get up and like walk this off?
Probably.
Or should I like, and I ended up settling on like, I'll go to sleep and I'm sure when I wake up, there'll be nothing there.
Yeah.
And I woke up and that first step out of bed, it was horrible.
Crumpled to the floor?
And it's been like 3 weeks now and like my toes feeling a little better, but like I have to
You
wear
got turf toe.
I think I have to wear
You had
tennis
turf
shoes.
toe.
Were you channeling your inner Brock Purdy since you had him this season?
Possibly. Like if I'm wearing tennis shoes, everything's fine. But if I'm trying to walk barefoot, like the toe will flex more, and it's not fun.
I will say, turf toe is one of the most painful experiences I've ever had in my entire life.
it was rough.
No, it is like getting.
Is it like gout?
I think it is. I think it's like a buildup of just this. It's a sprain in these little itty bitty things, and it builds up this lactic acid right there. And if you touch that thing the wrong way, it is like 1,000.
Did it tingle at all if you touch it the wrong way? Shards of glass
It's
is a
also
little.
been, I think I had like when I was 13 or 14.
So shards of glass is a little stronger than I would say, but like
it
that
hurts.
That's what was weird is like I would just like rub something against it, and it would be like tingly almost, and I was like like
On
that's
the tip of it?
yeah,
I was
that is gout.
okay. Well, I was like sorry, maybe I have gout.
Gout is what you get from
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. When did
Are
you
we
have?
getting, did you have this before
This
this?
this is the first night I've drank this.
Are you giving us gout?
I don't want gout.
Well, hold on. You said first night. This bottle was to like.
You
here.
said 3 weeks.
So it was last week that she made this on Sunday. And after she got done, I took like a small swig and I was like, okay.
And then
I put it
sprained
down.
your toe.
No, my toe was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
We have gout.
So she made this last
Maybe
week.
I have gout. I don't
got
know.
But your
Gout
gout
and a
toe
bad
was 3
back.
weeks ago.
I've heard like old people be like, my gout's acting up. And I've always laughed. And if I have gout now, I'm going to feel older than I already feel.
I don't
have a
even know what
friend-
gout is.
I have a friend who I hung out with in my 20s. Don't really talk to him much anymore. Still a good guy. He has had gout since he was in his 20s.
What is gout?
It's
I
a
have no
built
idea.
up of lactic acid
Oh,
in your
okay.
in your toe that it is due to being overweight
Okay.
and
that
a
makes sense.
terrible diet as well. Some people are overweight without diet issues or anything, but
Gotcha.
alcohol, overweight, just really treating your body like shit. And apparently it is super painful in your toes, in your feet.
Okay, well, I've only got it in one toe, and it's getting better, so I'm still going to stick with, I think I sprained it, but if it's still here in a couple weeks, then I'm going to be like, damn it, I have gout.
So were you like?
Honey, I'm charging the insurance.
Yeah. It's, I
Why am I missing $150 from this
I don't
check?
think gout would happen on like a step. I think
No.
that's, yeah.
No,
So I'm pretty sure I sprained
And
it.
it doesn't, I think it takes medicine. I don't think it's
Yeah.
like, we're better.
Mine, like I said, mine's on the road to recovery, but now I'm just like, well, it was my right knee forever, which I hurt my right knee playing disc golf. And it was one of those where like I played 9 holes with one of the soccer dads during practice. And I never felt, there was never a moment where anything hurt. And I got done. We walked over, we were watching a soccer. I went home, I did all my stuff. And when I woke up the next day, my knee was just throbbing. And it was just like, how? It's just getting old. Like, I don't like this at all. Like, what's going to be hurt next? Something's happening next.
Every day, like what is gonna hurt today?
I'm trying to, I got distracted again. I don't know how I got back on this of like the person who spoke about my daughter at the party. I'm still trying to figure out who that is now.
I'm never going to figure it out. I was going to say I'll figure it out, but
that it's not that person.
I think even if I were to call the one guy and be like, hey, who was that walked up? I don't know that he would know. It was a quick interaction. I just thought
He would know.
He probably would. Ask him on.
He's a
tomorrow.
rememberer.
Yeah, he'll remember. But yeah,
I got a couple
there was a
meetings
quick
with him
interaction. But as soon as your name came up, the first thing was like, oh, his daughter's great at basketball, and I was like, she is. Okay, so
Hey, so you mentioned earlier your friend you hadn't talked to in about 20 years, but still good friend, good dude, yeah?
I mean, he's a good guy. It's not like we're good friends anymore. We don't talk.
But if you hung out again, that friendship would probably be there still.
It'd be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my wife says that one of my best friends from high school is fake because she's never met him.
okay.
And it's like, well, yeah. And she's like, when did you talk to him last? I don't know, like 3 years ago. Still consider him like one of my
Guys
best
can
friends.
do that. Like you can go
not
a
a problem.
decade
Yeah.
and then be like, oh shit, you, and like everything's good.
One of my best friends in the world, I see once and he lives in Tulsa. And I see him once every 2 years. I ran into him on Friday at the play. And it was like, and
like nothing happened. Like no time has passed, right?
all good.
Yeah.
All good. Like perfectly good.
That's the joy of being a man. You can do that, and there's nobody's butt hurt. I think if it was another sex, I'm not going to say which one, but like one of the two, if not both, would be a little upset that they haven't heard from the other one, and like it would be like, oh hey, how are you? And if there'd be,
I'm not going to lie. There's some of that. There was some of that for a little while for me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, why are you hanging out with all these other people? We don't hang out anymore. And then after a while, I was like, we'll hang out sometime.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, it was always still great whenever we do.
Well, the three of us haven't hung out for like 9 months.
All I'm going to say is I've invited y'all places. Kyle took me up on one offer, and it was a great day. I think you could admit.
Yeah.
And
What'd you guys do?
protest day.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It's fun.
It was a good time.
Was there a good story for this, or what's up?
No, I mean it was.
There is no story. It was just entertaining.
What was the protest for?
No kings.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's funny about it was I think I assumed it'd be a lot of like young blue-haired liberal, like far lefty people, and it was all old white people.
No, it was blue haired. It was blue haired.
Yeah,
Just the wrong blue.
but it was
blue hair.
It was all really old white people that were like all so sweet as could be. Like it was just.
It was so amazing. It was like going to grandma's cookout.
We talked about like I wonder if we should have brought our kids or our families, and it was like that's a protest. And we left there, and it was like we're bringing our family next time for sure, and we're making signs. Like people were dressed up in those like inflatable costumes with a little fan on it, and it was just you couldn't help but walk around with a smile on your face. Just the different signs, the different people. Like it was an interesting
Peaceably
crowd.
protesting.
Yeah, it was an extremely peaceful protest. And the cops that were there were super cool. Like I said, we passed a shitload of cops. We stayed mobile the whole time. We wanted to see every inch of it. So like we were just doing laps around the place.
We set at a bar above the entire thing as it was all coming together. We watched the whole thing come together. I mean, watch it over the top of it.
That's the way to protest right there.
It was so much fun.
We pre-drank from a rooftop bar overlooking the protest until we could see that there were enough people and things. It was getting cool. And then we paid our tabs, went down, protested, and then went back up and continued drinking.
That's just like watching college sports. You tailgate, go to a
Yeah,
little bit first,
exactly
second quarter, and then halftime, back out to the party.
I'll say this until, hopefully I'm not jinxing anything with this, but like until there starts to be like violence where like there's altercations with cops and whatnot, I'm going to every one just for the people watching. Like if you're a people watcher,
it's fantastic.
phenomenal.
I had a great time, and it was kind of sprinkly. It was a little chilly, but not uncomfortable. It was just like.
The first 15 minutes of the protest, it was raining, so we stayed in the bar until the rain cleared, and then we headed down.
Okay.
I hope they're all there, that exact place.
Yeah.
In Tulsa. All I did was make this slightly spicier.
Sorry.
Now it's just shitty spicy bacon.
I'll make up for it with a better whiskey next week.
I almost brought it. I should have brought one of my favorites. I thought about it.
But back to y'all. Sorry, I've invited y'all places. It's like y'all don't want to hang out with me if we're not podcasting.
Oh no, you did. Okay, so I did go to the protest, which you invited me to, but I also kind of butted my way in. I was like, oh, I'd like to go to that.
No, in general, I'm like, yeah, everybody that wants to go to that, let's get everybody out there.
Protests.
Yeah.
But I want to hang out with a friend.
When the next one happens, I'm going to text you as soon as planning starts. It'll be me, you, and Matt.
It's
same as last
March.
time. March. Okay. Well, yeah,
March.
me, you, and Matt, and we're going to pre-drink. Even if it's not there, we'll find the suitable place to pre-drink.
Oh, for sure. And then you did invite me over for the Bills-Jags playoff game, and I didn't want to leave my fucking house. I got dressed, and then I was like, no.
Dude, you've been Sundays have been like solitude home.
I can't leave.
I think that was in preparation for what you're about to go through.
Oh, it's gonna be hell. I feel bad for Abby. Like she signed up for This is a physical test only next to like joining the army or like joining the military. She is going to work out hard every day for the next 4 or 5, 6 months.
She's basically doing like club level soccer and club level basketball.
Yeah, she plays on one of the best basketball one of the best basketball teams in the area, one of the best soccer teams in the area.
Yeah.
She is switching her allegiance from soccer to basketball, but we had a commitment. She loves her team. We're going to finish this. We're going to finish this out, and she does want to go to Arkansas. She's already tagging she did start her first social media page. We should probably talk about that as Girl Dad.
I saw she popped up in like the people you may know.
Really?
And it was her full name. I almost said it. Yeah. So
that's fine.
But then I was like, hold on, wait, is that? And I know that you have a brother that I've met once. So I was like, who's that? And I clicked on it, and then it's private, so I couldn't see anything. But I also was like, and it was a weird question for me because I was like, as my friends start having their daughters, especially if if one of your sons started a social media, I'd follow him immediately. I'd be like, hey, buddy, whatever. But like,
Post something funny.
when your daughters start social media, like is that creepy? Like if suddenly it was like, hey, Andy's following me on Instagram, that's weird, right?
Yeah. Let her do the follow first. Yeah.
So, but it was. Okay. I had to think about it for a second, and I was like, I don't want it to be like rude, where like everybody's following her.
If it was Ainsley, I know that's not a thing you're doing, and the only reason we're doing it is for sports.
Right?
Yeah.
Because her new basketball clubs, like you're going, like recruitment starts in 9th grade and you're going into 9th grade. You've got to start pushing the highlights we make of you, because they do a lot of the things. You've got to post yourself and angle the way
crazy.
You
it's not like when we were coming out of high school. Or
no,
college. Yeah.
No. You might have got a call in senior. I got a call in senior year for recruiting my first time. Like that was, and then I got like 2 or 3 after. But there
wasn't athletic.
I'm sure as hell not Abby athletic. I sure as hell wasn't Abby athletic.
Yeah. It's. Do you follow them? I don't know. Like,
I had a moment.
Depends. If it was Ainsley, I wouldn't feel weird about it.
Well, they're like our kids.
Yeah,
I think you two following each other's daughters is different. Cause I know your kids, but not like you guys know each other's kids. So like, but I sat there on it for a good minute, and I was like, I don't know what the right, like,
that's fair.
I don't want to be the weird, like the only one not following her.
I think Ainsley, thinking of the only social media aged girl, that'd be the only one. I'd be like, oh, cool.
I'm like that on like the soccer moms too, though. Like there's 1 or 2 soccer moms that I'm Facebook friends with, and I think in that case they friended me first.
I'm so weird about that. I will not do it.
I'll
Any of the sports,
I'll friend the dads all day long.
Yep.
But like
the moms, the only reason why one of the moms is because she was sitting there. I was like, oh look, you're suggesting a Facebook friend. Nope. And I scrolled. She goes, oh, that's rude. And I was like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, I don't know why. It's just like, I don't mean it. Like if I followed them on Facebook, that's not creepy, but also like, I don't know. Like
it might be creepy.
Yeah. I don't want to set off any creeper vibes.
I don't even want it's not worth the squeeze is not worth the juice.
Yeah.
The juice is not worth the squeeze. Like what am I going to get out of this if I ask Melanie? I don't know a Melanie, honey. I'm just throwing that out there. If I ask her to be my friend on Facebook, I'm like, oh, okay. Cool, but if that is taken the wrong way,
right,
then there's way more to inconvenience my life.
Yes,
and I don't want that.
There's one soccer mom in particular that I was afraid to death of. We'll tell you after if you don't know, but she's very confident and intimidating, and I was afraid to death of her. And I've had several run-ins where like
did she call you the wrong name for quite some time?
No, not she's a sweetheart.
But also very confident.
Real quick, that was hysterical. She thought that I was Justin for a whole year, and then every now and then Justin would show up, and you'd see that there was confusion.
Yeah.
But then the next time she'd call me Justin again.
You never stopped her, so she was the one.
It hit a point where I was like, at this point, it'd be weird to stop her.
Yeah, like you just let it go.
Yeah. So then we just saw how long we could take it, But this soccer mom friended me on Facebook, and I was like, ugh, like I almost thought it was a trap. I was like, I'm not falling for whatever you're trying to do. And everything I post, she likes. And she'll like, if I put a story up, I get like a message that she gave it an emoji, a fire emoji or whatever. And I'm like, she's so nice to me on there, but I still don't trust it.
Is her kid similar to Abby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's just who she is.
Yeah. She just is. Yeah.
Like, well, and her older daughter was really good friends with Ainsley.
Yes.
And so like that's where our so I've been.
Well, now everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't like each other anymore.
It's just Abby.
It's just Abby.
Yeah. Well, it's like normally like if I meet somebody and like they're not digging me, I make it a point right off the bat where it's like I'm gonna win this person over. Like I'm gonna make them like me. But like every time I did that to you, I spent a year on you. But like every time I would find myself where it's like I'd turn a corner and there she is. It was like not the right time where I was like, oh shit, like I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to try to be charming right now. Like you caught me off guard. And yeah, it was very scary for a while.
I'm really scared I'm gonna sprain my ankle again.
When the traveling starts, it's when it gets a little weird sometimes because you're rolling up at a hotel, a buffet at 6:30 in the morning before a game, and you're like.
I did that to Andy.
So hold on, we'll talk about that in a second. I will say when me and her turned a corner towards good was at a traveling. We were in Arkansas, and I went to get in the elevator, and it was like in a movie where like I was sneaking back up to my room late after everybody had been in bed, and I was the only one hanging out in the parking lot. Noted. And I get in the elevator, and like the door is almost closed, and like a hand stops it. and it opens and it's her, and I was like, ah, shit, like, yeah. I was like, oh, and then we're going up the elevator, and she's like, I saw a group of women in the lobby had a bottle of wine. Like, there's not supposed to be any alcohol out there. And I was like, I had a bottle of whiskey with me. And I was like, well, I got whiskey with me. If you're wanting to get into that, I can get my whiskey. And she was like, oh no, I'm more tequila. And we started talking about drinking. And I as she got off the elevator, I was like, okay, that was my first good. We talked about alcohol. So I think that was our way in. Yeah.
Alcohol.
So anyhow, what would you just say?
How to win friends and influence people?
This guy, the very first night, I was like, he says about meeting in the lobby in the morning. There was a buffet down there.
Yeah, breakfast.
And he was like, yeah, he's like, let's meet down here in the morning. I was
in Kansas City.
Yeah. I was like, what time do you get up? Like, what time are you going to be down here? And he's like, probably about 4:45. And I was like, I'm not getting up that early. Yeah. So I think I told him, I kind of lied. And I was like, I'm normally up by 6. I don't know why I said that. I'm never up by 6, but I said it.
This is going to give me dad points. I know this.
Yeah. Then I felt the need to make sure. So I set alarms to casually. Really? I woke up everybody in our hotel room, my wife and daughter, and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I got to meet Justin in the lobby. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I told them I would. So we were there for, I think, 3 mornings or 2 mornings?
2 mornings.
2 mornings. So both mornings, me and him were down there at 6 o'clock for no good reason. And then slowly, some people would file in. Yeah. And my favorite was one morning, me and Justin are sitting there, and our star player comes in and for some reason, sits down with us, which was a little awkward to begin with.
Yep.
And then almost immediately, Justin was like, I got to run up to the room. So he leaves. And now it's just me with a 10-year-old girl sitting in these chairs. And I'm texting my wife and I'm talking to yeah. And I'm like, honey, please get down here right now. It's just me and Caroline. And I don't want this to be weird. And my biggest fear, just me and the one player. So as parents are showing up the whole time, I'm almost like, how do I right off the bat, hey, I was here first. She came and sat by me.
How do you make it look super weird?
Yeah, but the more that I'm trying to make it not look weird, I'm probably making it look weird. And finally,
what if I have balloons?
Finally, her mom showed up and was just like, hey, what are y'all up to? I was just like, we're just talking about soccer. It was really, I didn't.
In all fairness, the girl you're talking about is completely one of the most confident girls I've ever.
Yeah, she is.
If I see her anywhere in public, and we haven't played on the team in years. And she comes up and talks to me like we are old friends every time. And I'm like, hey,
high fives.
Yeah, she's genuinely excited to see us. And I'm like,
I wanted to be like, don't you have a phone you could get on? If my kid was sitting here right now, she'd be on her phone or something and then she just kept wanting to talk to me. And I was just
encouraging.
Don't you have to be a piece of shit?
I was so pissed at Justin because it's at the time, I don't think you realized what you were doing. But later when I pointed it out to you, you were like, oh,
that's funny.
Immediately he was just like, well, I got to go. Bye, guys. Okay. Anyhow.
You should have got down there for 45.
Yeah. So, and right after her parents showed up and it was awkward, 2 seconds later, my wife came flying in the lobby, are we too late? And I'm like, yes, you're too late.
You tried.
Thanks a lot.
She tried, though.
Yeah.
She tried.
She did try.
So.
Nice lady.
That girl's probably going to be the furthest that we know that goes in any sport.
Yeah, we'll probably be watching her in the Olympics.
Yeah, she's a real
deal.
Difference.
So,
dude, Mia stopped a shot. It was a pretty weak shot, not gonna lie. But she stopped it and had a big old grin on her face and was like, yeah, that's right.
Just throw the ball at her back as she's running away, even though they're friends.
She doesn't like playing with her. Because she's ultra competitive.
It can be against her or with her?
With her. She did not like playing on the team with her because she was obviously the best player and get onto you for not doing what you're supposed to do. And I was like, that's kind of what
she was a level jumper. I mean, we were 3 years older and competitive, and I still say she could have started for
probably
that team.
Which the team she's on now is a whole team full of hers. Yeah. And it was so crazy. All of them had just ridiculous ball skills, and it was fun to watch, but also I was just sorry girls.
They did end up playing a person down with us having an extra player. So we were up 2 players and they still beat us 9-1.
Yeah,
I've heard 3 different scores, by the way.
It was 11-1.
Then
it was 8-1?
It was 11-1.
Then I was told 9-1, and now I've heard 11-1 tonight.
It's 11-1.
By the next time we talk about this game, it could be worse.
It's like fishing.
Yeah, it was 11-1.
It's like fishing.
It's a
also
4-inch potato log.
And I texted this to you last night, but behind the line and indoor is 2 points.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. You learned something.
I literally just made this spicy, and it's kind of helped.
Melinda's is great.
You don't have to finish it. You can pour it down the sink at the end of the night.
It's kind of helped. It's not my thing. It's not my thing at all.
I'll do better next week.
I will say this is one of the like generic sauces you see in the grocery store. They're for sale for $1 for the mini bottles.
The little ones.
If you are a breakfast eater of any kind,
Melinda's.
eat that. It is one of the it is a staple in the house now.
All right.
That's our third bottle.
Yeah, I went through 2 of the big ones and numerous of the small ones.
Yeah, it's it like eggs, great. Potatoes, perfect.
Yeah,
Pancakes,
potatoes,
awesome.
Potatoes.
It goes on everything.
Like a breakfast burrito, though, you can't have it without that.
Nope.
Can't do it.
It's not good with some things though.
Sure, it's honey mustard.
It's so delicious. You should try it.
I
You
just-
don't like spicy things. I don't know.
Yeah, not tonight. I'll try it on food, but like I'm not gonna. Put
It's
some
also
on my
not.
finger.
It's also not that spicy.
So anyway, what have you been up to the last 9 months?
I've been injured the last 9 months. Like I will say the highlight of my life right now. You know, when you're 40, I'm 43 now. I always have to think about it.
Jesus Christ.
When you're 43, like it's amazing what like the highlight of a month can be. And like for Christmas, my kid has a Nintendo Switch.
Singular ejaculation.
I did not get that for Christmas. I repeatedly asked for that for Christmas and it didn't happen. My kid has a Nintendo Switch and I learned at some point in like November that like you can get all the old Nintendo 64 games on Nintendo Switch through like an expansion pack. And then I also learned that they have the old school N64 remotes that work for the Switch and are like wireless. So I've been playing 007 GoldenEye. Like I beat it on the first level and now I'm doing it on like Secret Agent and then after that's 007 or whatever. But like I'm working my way through that game and I hadn't played that game in 20, 25 years. And like as soon as I got back into it, I remembered like where the body armor is, like it all came back immediately.
So I'm going through a similar thing with retro games.
Okay.
Someone just posted at work a random PlayStation 2 with like, I don't know, 15 games, but one of them was Guitar Hero with the 2 guitars and all the memory cards and all that stuff. And it was like $200.
Do you have Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
I don't, but I can get it. And I know where to
So
get it.
that's my favorite PS2 game of all time. Anyway, sorry.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Guitar Hero. Justin's come over and play Guitar Hero a couple times.
I have like 4 guitars for a PS2 and somewhere in my house that I'm never going to use.
So
if you want
awesome.
them. Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It is.
Abby just came and stole it from the living room and took it to her room the other day and just played Guitar Hero for a while. And I'm like, all right.
Is she still playing Slow Ride
Yes.
on easy?
Yellow, red, green, 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 yellow, red, green. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining for a while. But I had a type of game that I liked playing when I was a kid.
This is not surprising.
Is
if
it
you
a
know
video
Kyle
game?
At all. Yes.
Well, I couldn't think of a better word. I tried. If you didn't, so it was a horse racing game because I'm
Okay.
big into horse racing, or at least was. It's even when I went to college for. They're made in Japan. They're in English, but they're very hard to find.
Pretty sure all those games were made in Japan, but I'm not 100% on that.
That's true.
Yeah.
This one felt
Okay.
Japanese.
They had little slant eyes in the characters. I'm Korean. It's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. I can't. And they're very hard to find. They were even hard to find back then, but they're very hard to find now. Like a sealed package game is like $300, $400.
Jeez.
And I just knew I still had a couple copies of the different years, and I'm just going through everything. I went through my parents' house and like went through everything. Couldn't find it anywhere. I am not dropping $300 or $400 on this. I can't justify it. I went to Vintage Stock one day because Morgan had a game that she played when she was a kid on the PS2, and I found it for like $8. And there it is, the most coveted one for $11.
Heck yeah.
Not
Never,
sealed.
and you will never go find that game there ever, not once ever. I look every single time I'm in a game store just because I'm like, I didn't have a PlayStation 2 even. I'm like, is it there? No, it's not there. And it was sitting there for $11, and I'm like, this is a $250. It wasn't wrapped, so it was a $250 game.
Have you been playing it like every night?
I went through at least 2 or 3 months where every Friday and Saturday night I would go home. I would try and go home at like 9 with whatever we were doing, and I would play till like midnight.
So that's like, I think I've told you all this before, but like my favorite time of the day is after I put my wife and daughter to bed, and then I'm up from like 10 to 1 a.m. every night, and it's bliss. It's I play video games, I play on my phone, I do whatever. But dude, I played 007 GoldenEye probably for 15 straight days, and then just like 2 nights ago was the first night where I was like, too much. Like I need a night off. I'm not playing GoldenEye tonight.
So when you're playing GoldenEye though, or do you have like Totino pizza rolls in the oven?
No.
Do you have like Surge cans
Mountain
laying
Dew.
around? Mountain Dew?
I have Zen cans. I've got a Yeti bottle of water. I haven't been, dude. I was telling you the other night. since we stopped podcast for a while there, when we were doing the podcast every week, that was like the one night a week I'd have a couple drinks. And then I'll drink if the occasion calls for it, but I don't drink regularly. Since we stopped podcasting, I've drank very little, and it's just like it took me a while to think. I was like, why am I not drinking it? It's like, oh yeah, I was drinking once a week on podcast night, and now we're not doing that. So maybe I'll get back to once a week. But no, if I got a whole setup on the couch where I get the ottoman, I get a pillow under each arm,
Nice.
2 cans is in this way, the remote this way, the water this way, and I got one of those. This is the most non-manly thing I do. But I've got one of those blankets. It's technically my wife's that has like
Snuggie?
the sleeve holes.
It's a
and I
Snuggie?
put that on and I tuck it behind my shoulders and get all warm and my hands are in this.
Do you think we can get a picture of this setup just for the cover of this podcast?
The thing is, you'll never be able to because I only do it after everybody's
Everyone
asleep.
else is
Yeah,
asleep.
I get into me mode.
Just wait till
we-
till your daughter's 14 and you just never know when they're gonna
Come out
Yeah,
of the room.
be awake.
Can we maybe just do a slumber party?
an all
That
guys
does
slumber
sound-
party.
That does
Like
sound fun.
we just set up on the TV out here.
We can do it here for sure. I was thinking we need whatever house we would do it at. We need to make the women and children leave.
All
But if
down.
we do it here,
Just go on that side, hook up to the TV. You bring the PlayStation 2, Guitar Hero, Horsey Racing, 007, Slappers
Yeah.
only.
oh no, it's like our power weapons, buddy. Proximity mines.
Okay, but no odd job.
Okay, yeah, no. I say we
Unless
do
you
it.
do big heads.
But from that day forward, we refer to this as our fort.
That's fine.
We're having a sleepover in our fort.
Yeah, no, that
Yes.
that actually that checks out.
Okay. Like we just go back to being teenagers.
Yeah, I'll ride my bicycle over here. It'd take a
No,
while.
no booze, just
Yeah.
just surges.
Any substances or
They
I mean,
resold Surge, but they're gone again.
I feel like they're findable, aren't they? Are they? They're still in production, right?
They came out again.
No, I know.
And then
I've-
they stopped.
I've been in the retail game.
Okay, whatever we do,
Do they have them at your store?
No.
no Costco pizza.
No Costco pizza.
No.
It's got to be Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Okay,
or,
I'll do that.
Or Bagel Bites.
Okay,
Dude.
I'm okay stepping up the food game from the like we can do better.
Quick story.
Thank you.
This guy, and out of 6 months ago, needed an extra player for Magic the Gathering.
Don't say
And
it like yes.
You did put hate on that.
I was raised as a guy that like if somebody wanted me to play Dungeons and Dragons, I would call them a slur that I try not to use anymore these days. But that was my mentality. Is like I'm not playing that dumb game.
What about Pokemon?
I never played Pokemon.
Damn it.
Yeah. So I just not my type. I was more of the jock that was like, oh, you're playing a game. Anyhow, he invited me, and I've actually in the past 20 years, like there's athletes that are into Magic the Gathering, and so I've heard of Magic the Gathering a lot, and I was like, yes, I will come and help you. I'll play for you since you need an extra player.
I'll be your white
Well,
knight.
I didn't know how to play. Every move I made, he had to look at my cards and tell me what to do. But the other guy that played showed up with 2 large Costco pizzas, a pepperoni and a cheese. And we played for like 3 or 4 hours. And like every time like I would get up, I was just like, oh yeah, a slice of pizza. So I had like 3/4 of the cheese pizza myself. And they put a lot of cheese on
They
there.
do put a lot of.
Did you not poop for like 3 days?
Dude, it became an issue. Like that was on like a Friday night, and I think it was Monday night. I spent my entire me time after everybody went to bed, and I was just like, I needed to, like I knew I could feel that I needed to. It just wasn't happening, and it was getting uncomfortable.
Is that where the potato logs came from?
I had
Dude.
I had the same issue with pain meds.
Oh yeah, because pain meds. So
Oh my god, I was like, day 4.
dude. By the time it finally happened, I had brought a TV tray into the guest bathroom and had my iPad on it. I had like snacks and water and like
No
I had-
snacks.
no
No
snacks.
snacks.
I'm
No
exaggerating
snacks.
there, but
No
I had
snacks,
I had a
please.
full setup and like I would go in there and like almost give myself an aneurysm with the pushes, like I was in labor.
how you get a
and I'd try, and I'd think I was making progress, and then I wasn't, and then I'd get up and I'd walk around for a while, and I'd drink a lot of water, and then I'd go back and try some more, and it hit a point where it was like I'm gonna blow out an O-ring, like. Or have an aneurysm and die here like
I
Elvis.
thought you
Like
said
Elvis.
I thought you said ovary at first. I'm like, almost blew out an ovary. I'm like, you don't know how 2 things work.
Hey, in this day and age, I could have whatever I want inside. Okay?
Cheese doesn't
no,
affect
you
me.
can. You can say.
Yeah,
But that's one thing you cannot have.
I identify as female sex organs. Damn it.
You are just an ovary.
I identify as an ovary today.
Sorry, I could go on a rant. I'll be quick with this. I try to be very respectful of whatever you want me to call you. I'll call you. I have no problem with that.
absolutely.
Like
I'm with you.
I don't. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But I have somebody on my wife's side of the family who's identifying as they them.
Sure.
And when I was first told that, I was like, got it, they, them. And then I was talking to family members on that side, and they were like, yeah, well, they just bought a house. And I kept pausing, being like, hold on, her and who? And it was like, no, just her, they. She identifies as they. And I was like, got it. And it kept, and I stopped asking after a while, but I was so confused. I didn't want to be mean, so I stopped asking, but I was lost as to who
I'm
all
just going
was
to say
involved
names at that point.
here.
Can we just say names?
I'm going to say this right now. I'll call you whatever you want to be called, but I don't feel like anybody should be able to identify as more than one person.
Yeah,
They, them is
plural?
two people. You need to keep it singular.
Schizophrenia.
Well, I mean, if you're
Okay,
if you're
schizophrenic.
if you're talking about a specific person, you say they went to
Yeah.
blank. So yeah, that is a singular.
Okay.
But
Them is not, there's no way them is singular.
Them there are good jalapeno.
in Oklahoma, it is.
Yeah, okay. Jeff Foxworthy it is.
Right.
Okay. Anyhow, that's my own, I've been on that
Them
stump.
can be
Because
singular.
are you going with
Yeah,
them?
yeah. Okay. Yep. I stopped at the same
Are
time.
you going
I'm
with
like,
them?
I wouldn't say, are you going with them if it was
Are
only
you
one
going
person.
with they? Well, yes, you can.
You'd say, are you going with him or her, but not them. Them is two people.
No,
That
that is not. That is
them is
not.
two people.
No. So Abby's going to go hang out with Ainsley. Are you going with them to the store?
I
Still
feel like
no?
that's not correct. I feel like you'd say, are you going with her?
But that may be just because they're kids and they have to go with a parent.
Right.
Yeah.
Them.
But that includes the parent in that thing.
That's what I'm saying. Them. Yeah. That's what I'm
It
asking.
makes it plural.
You can just make it easier and say the name, like you said.
That's-
Just use first names.
Yeah,
and,
just tell me what name you want to go by.
Yeah.
Need Melinda.
like I said, I'm trying to be very progressive in like whatever you want. If it doesn't affect me or anybody else, I don't care. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
100%.
But yeah, the they them is confusing to me, and I think we should draw a line.
At what point is it then like hey, that's affecting me because now I cannot follow the congruency of your story? Like, is
yes,
it
that
rude for them not to consider me in this thing?
So in that sense, I guess you could say it is affecting you if it's not causing harm to anybody.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think it's
my-
hurting you.
I actually
It might hurt my brain. I might have an aneurysm.
I misgendered somebody
Blow
at
out
a
an
gas
ovary.
station. For the first time in my life, I misgendered somebody. I felt terrible. You guys are gonna love this. I'd gone mall walking in the evening one night. I had to get my steps. The weather was bad. Mall walking. Left the mall, went to a gas station right by the mall, and I walked in, and my Zyn was on special. It was on special for like $12 for a 5-pack. It was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And
I know the.
as I was in line, I
tell you
noticed
the
that
month.
I noticed that it was questionable how the person would identify. So I had already kind of in my head, I was like, stay away from either side.
Any pronouns.
Yeah, and just keep it neutral. Like, got it.
Thank
and
you.
then I was like, yeah, can I get a can of? And then I saw the price, and I was like, oh, actually, sir, can I get blah blah blah? And I said, sir, and I told what I wanted, and then immediately I was like, oh, I just said, sir. Like, shit. I wonder.
Well, you can't address it after that either, though, because that's
So,
the worst thing you can do. Is
I
step
was
back.
just sitting there in like a holding pattern as they gathered my things, and I was wondering, like, did I just cause offense? Did I not? I'm trying to act cool now. And
just see
they
you
turn
raising your
around and
arms.
they scan it all, and then they go, and by the way, you were incorrect. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry about that, because I knew exactly what they were saying. But they assumed I wasn't quite sure what they were saying, so they made it a point to say, like, no, when you said sir, you were incorrect. And I immediately panicked. And I went into this whole like, oh yeah, no, like I try to be like, you know, and I was like, and I, you know, when you have to say,
No, I would have. I actually would have, because I know me as a person, I'm not going to misgender somebody or be an asshole on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But the second that they make it a war front,
So-
I'm going to be kind of a dick. I'm like,
hold off to the end of the story before
Okay.
you, because
All right.
this
All right.
person did redeem themselves, but I panicked and like. If you're ever in a conversation and you have to say like, no, I have black friends, like you're too far gone. Like the fact that you had to resort to that, there's already a problem. And I immediately was like, I've got a gay cousin and he's married and they're the nicest people. And like, I just was talking too much and I couldn't stop. And I
have a gay cousin.
dude, I have a gay cousin that's married to a guy and I like him. They're really cool. Well, like I was and as I was saying it, it was like, no, you're making it worse. Try something different. And every different thing was worse and worse. And finally, I paused long enough for the person to go, no, it's okay. I can tell when there's, I think she said malice. I'm going to say they. I think they said malice, but they basically said like, I can tell when there's ill will behind it and when there's not. And I could tell you didn't do it that way. So I was just politely correcting you. Like now when there is malice or whatever word they used, like then I'm a little bit different about it. And so then I was like, okay. And I think I still continued to like try to plead that I'm a good guy. And then I left the register. As I'm leaving the register, I turn and there's three people in line behind me that have witnessed all this. And I didn't realize they were there. And I was like, oh God. And then I leave the building and I'm like, that was awkward. And I got halfway to my car and I stopped and I was like, feel like I need to go back in and like try to do this better. And luckily I stopped myself. I didn't go back in. I just realized that I'm never going to this station again. And hopefully I'll never see that. And the person was very cool about it. I just went into panic mode. Do you think there's a chance that it's a whole bunch of like straight, like normal identifying people that are the ones causing a stink behind most of this? Like when they're getting on people about it, it's kind of like, remember the whole Latinx thing where for a while, like the left was like, they're not Latino, they're Latinx. And like every Latin person was like, what the Latinx? Like, I don't want to be Latin. Like it was all white people.
White people getting offended on someone's behalf.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a bunch of like straight, normal identifying people. Normal's probably a microaggression there.
As far left as I am, we did go too far for a while.
Oh, yeah.
We went too far for a while. Yeah. It was like you had to be very careful in speaking in any public forum for like, I don't know, 2 years.
I have a theory about this, though. I don't think that necessarily the society went too far. I think that the vast reach of social media got overstated. Like, Bill Burr has some great interviews about this, but he's like, oh, a lot of the people are all upset with you. Who are the people? Is it 30 people on Twitter? Because 30 people on Twitter can sound like a whole lot of people, but it's really not. And like, I think that we didn't realize for a while that like, oh, all of Twitter is upset about this. And like, who is that really?
Yeah.
And I think now we all kind of know that like Twitter is not real life. Like TikTok, whatever you're on, is not. Everybody on Twitter is going nuts about blah, blah, blah. Why was
Did you check your phone?
Uh-oh, hold on. My wife. Oh, no, my wife texted me. What's going on with my phone?
Damn it! I thought you might have Instagram notifications.
Hold on.
Did you tell Abby to?
I was waiting for him to find out. Wasn't gonna work.
Ah, she did. Okay, I'm friending her. She requested it.
I don't get on.
I'm following back.
I've never had any will or like want to be on Instagram.
That's what. So I send y'all videos occasionally on like Facebook and whatnot, and every now and then I see a great one on Instagram, and I'm like, "Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle?" And it's like, Kyle's not." And there's been times where I've almost sent them to your wife and been like, "Please show this to your husband."
That'd be funny.
Can you give me that water bottle?
No, TikTok, Instagram. I have Twitter and Facebook.
Twitter is the one thing that I keep telling myself like it would be very mentally healthy if I avoided that. But
Just got off of it.
It's
hard.
It's the number one thing I'm on. Like every morning I wake up and I'm like, what's happening?
I need to check Twitter first because I will now know what happened while I was asleep.
There's a new one that just came out called Upscrolled. And for like a day or two, I kept seeing that like, oh, Upscrolled is the new Twitter and blah, blah, blah. And like, they're not going to censor you there and this and that. And it turned out, I didn't realize it at the time, but people were very upset. And I don't even want to say this name if we're putting this on YouTube, but there's one country in the Middle East that's not like all the other countries in the Middle East.
Okay.
You guys with me?
Sure.
If you say almost anything about that country and whether or not they might be killing a lot of other people, like it's almost immediate, like you get knocked down in the algorithm. Sure. Hardcore. Mm-hmm. And on social media of all types, that's happening. So it turns out this was a company started for that group of people. So I got really excited and I created an account and I was like, oh, sweet, like no censoring. And man, it's a lot of anti that country.
Is that when you went that 2 weeks of like you thought you might be becoming?
No. I thought that a while back. This was just like earlier this week I came across Upscrolled. And yeah, it's a lot of people pointing out that there's one country in the Middle East that's not following the rules of how you're supposed to kill people.
How you're supposed to kill
There's
people?
a right way and a wrong people to murder an entire civilization.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't want to say the G word because that word apparently will also hurt you in the YouTube algorithm.
Figure that out on the other one?
Yeah, on my other podcast, we've learned certain words that you can't say. One of them starts with an I, and the other one starts with a G, and it's better to just not say those words.
Is this a real thing?
I think so. We've noticed.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing.
I'm
struggling with the I word. It's
a country in the Middle East.
Oh, okay.
It's not
I tried to make it there with the is this.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought there was I picked up the country. I didn't know that. I thought there was another word.
We kind of looked back over the last like couple weeks worth of shows, and like if we don't talk about that subject at all, we get between like 70 to 170 views, which isn't a lot, but for us, it's
That's great. Yeah, it's more than we get.
If we talk about that country and different things about that, we get like 7 to 11 views. Like it's noticeable, and it's just like, I
wonder who runs it. These like YouTube.
So there is a guy that owns Google who has control over that, and he in the past 6 months started dating a girl who is an influencer for the right. She's very MAGA-ish, and once he started dating her, suddenly left wing. And I'm normally the type where people are like, I'm getting shadow banned. And I'm like, oh, suck it. Like, you don't have any followers. Like, that's been my general reaction to people talking about getting shadow banned. But I will just say in the last couple of weeks, if you talk about that one country, like, good luck. Like, yeah, you're going to have issues.
Nice.
So, I don't know what we were saying before that. Oh, that other social media. So I was going to leave Twitter to go to Upscrolled, and then I found out that Upscrolled is they're on that one topic a lot.
So
you're afraid of becoming what you were?
I don't follow that much many political people on Twitter.
That's all my Twitter is.
It is. That's all it is now.
Yeah. Because
whether I follow it or not, that's just, I click on the things and I know the algorithm picks up on it. But I'm like, I follow sports.
Well, even people that don't normally talk politics now have a comment on everything that's going on. And that's what I used to listen to many comedians' podcasts because it was my break from politics. Like, I want to listen to Joe Rogan and hear him talk to a neuroscientist about blah, blah, blah. And like now, it doesn't matter who he has on. They're talking politics. Andrew Schultz, even for a while, Andrew Schultz would do some shows like he had Trump on. Yeah. But then in the past little while, he's having every show is about what's going on in Minneapolis or whatever. And it's like cool, but also like I want an escape for a couple hours from that. What are you counting over there?
Mine's just magic. He's never political things and he doesn't
follow 11 in a row.
On Twitter?
Yeah, just opened it. First 11 posts.
I'm going to follow you and start sending you things.
I thought you said you were done with Twitter.
No.
Oh, that's what you just said because he's like trying to get off.
I did think you said that you just got off it and it feels great or something. No?
No.
Are you saying you need to get off it?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Or you could just follow Magic the Gathering creators and all they talk about is magic.
I'll be.
You just don't click on a post that says the word Trump in it, and you.
Dude, I'll be doom scrolling Twitter and like have the TV on, and it'll be talking about how bad doom scrolling Twitter is for you, and I'm like, yep. And I just keep scrolling.
I felt that, but at least it's not me. That's not going to impact me. Like
I thought you were going to say you'll be watching something on TV and you're doom scrolling, and then sure enough, like the thing that was on TV is now right here, and you're like,
no,
oh, yeah, okay, I need to read more than that.
Nope, just I can't stop.
It's the geolocation stuff is pretty wild, though.
That's how
it's pretty wild.
I got in when Threads came out. I was like, oh, Threads, this will be awesome. Like, and now all Threads is a bunch of girls that appear to be AI being like, anybody else here in Tulsa, Oklahoma? And then I look at the pictures and I'm like, you're not real. And if you are real, you're not in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like, I'm not buying this.
The weird part is I coach basketball. My kids play sports all over the state and other states. I have a coworker who coaches basketball and coaches in all small towns. And we'll talk about these towns like South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. There's
that just like right on the other side of Coffeyville, Kansas?
But there's like 700 people there. Okay. Very small. Then 4 hours later, I'll get a spam call from South Coffeyville, Oklahoma.
Oh, my.
I said Cushing, Oklahoma Sunday. Monday morning, I get I don't get spam calls from Cushing, Oklahoma. And there it is, Cushing, Oklahoma. I wasn't on my phone researching it. I did research South Coffeyville.
That's interesting. I didn't make that connection. But that is really interesting. I found out that if you answer those and just hit 9 right away, they remove you from the call list.
Really?
Yes. Just answer it. 9.
I get 3 or 4.
Like 9. Do you just go 9?
9. You have to. 9.
No. My joke was funny. Don't do that.
Just
don't
you were
do
saying
that.
your heart goes out to.
Yeah. All of them.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
You're about to just see me slide out of the podcast.
He needs to get on Upscrolled. He would love it.
It's the best place ever.
Oh, that's what it's for. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So anyhow,
So 9. Just hit 9.
Real quick on the targeted ads, because for a while I was in the camp where I was like, this is such bullshit. I was talking the other day about needing to get a new computer monitor, and then I opened up my phone and it was showing me ads for computer, and I thought that was ridiculous. And I've kind of hit an inevitable part now where I'm like, it's kind of convenient, like really
super convenient.
Like,
it doesn't really bother me that much, but it is still.
It's like they're listening to me, but they're also making my shopping experience easier.
Way easier.
I've kind of gotten over that. Like, of all the things that, like, Big Brother, tech censorship or whatever, like, targeted ads aren't.
They're listening to you. I'm like, I'm not that interesting.
Yeah, no.
There's nothing.
I'm not that interesting. Go ahead.
They've made my life simpler. I need to cut hinges into doors. Oh, look, there's a tool for that. It's on Amazon. Send to my house.
Real quick, for my other podcast, I record videos on my phone and then I'll email it to myself to where I can then use them on the show. And it took me a year of doing this to realize that, like, if the video is about Al Qaeda, I just do as the subject line Al Qaeda because that's how I'm going to label the video. But I've been sending myself 15 to 20 videos a week
Of Al Qaeda.
Not it's everything. It's like Ukraine, Putin, like what? It's just all the keywords that should very well flag somebody at the FBI, like or NSA or whatever. So like it hit me recently as I was looking through all the titles that I've sent myself, and I was like, oh, people are reading my emails. Like
Yeah, for sure.
at least one out of every show, this email is getting flagged. Like, and then they're probably looking at it and going, oh, he's sending himself a video. Maybe they've taken it a step further and found my pocket. I don't know. But like,
You should send yourself like dick pics too. So
The
like,
NSA
oh, come
is-
yeah,
on.
but I'm definitely like, there's certain keywords that
Taliban.
I'm sending myself to where there's, if there's a list, I'm on it. Like, even if it's just like, yeah, we're keeping an eye on this guy. But yeah,
I don't do that.
A list? Any list?
I'm
you're
on,
You're on the list.
I'm on some kind of list. I think,
That's the big reason Twitter is 90% political right now.
Yeah.
is
Oh, the list.
the list.
Is it? Did it really come out?
Half.
I've done zero
Half
research.
of what they've claimed. Half of what they've claimed
so
to.
they said
that.
it's done. The deputy attorney general came out Sunday morning and said, that's it. We're done. And Trump said today, he was like, I think the DOJ should just say that they have better things to do. And it's like,
'Cause his name hasn't shown up
then
yet?
catch a cabal of pedophiles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that kind of their thing for like 10 years was a cabal of pedophiles? And now there's possibly on the verge of getting the evidence to put some away, and we should just work on other things.
And a week ago, they were like, "Oh, we gave you half," and now they're like, "No, that was actually
Yeah.
it. We lied." And
Well, no,
but
they
there's
do-
even some very damning emails in there, and they will blur out who sent it. And
Yeah.
you're like, the point is to make these people go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, this is not a political thing to me. This is
What?
very unpolitical. This is whoever did anything wrong in this nature needs to go straight to hell, and they should probably do it in a public setting.
Most of what we like the important people, like what we learned is that they've been lying about how close they were to Epstein. Their relation, like we don't have any like. There's a couple
There's no
different people.
evidence for any-
There's a couple different people in Trump's cabinet. Howard Lutnick stands to mind. Where Howard Lutnick had this big story that he told on it was on a podcast where he was like, I went to his house in 2005 and I was so disgusted. I decided right then and there I was never going to be in the same room as him again. And then it turns out like 2011 through 2014, he
Musk-
emailed him several times.
Musk
like,
is the same way.
Yeah.
Like that's come out. That like I was never even involved, and then it's like an email in 2013. Like, can I come to your house?
Dude,
Can I come over and play?
The one where he said like he's
Yeah,
like, I
right.
want to come to your what night is the wildest party on your island? I want to go there.
It was
And
on Christmas
it was on
morning.
Christmas morning at 6 a.m. And he said in like a follow-up email in the chain that he's like, well, I have my kids right now, but I'll be getting rid of them tomorrow and heading to St. Bart's. And it's like Christmas morning, 6 a.m. You have your kids and you're emailing Jeffrey Epstein to ask
With the
when is the
wildest
wildest party on your island. So that in itself doesn't mean that he did anything illegal, but he's been saying over and over that he got invited to the island once and
just
he refused to
ran
go.
away from the idea, and then he's like 7 years after that claim, he's like emailing him in Christmas morning, like, can I come to the wildest party on your island?
It was
Oh,
over the
God.
course of like 3 years, but there were several different times that he reached out to Epstein and said like, you know,
when are we doing this thing next?
When's your next good party? So it's like, okay, that doesn't mean you did anything wrong, but I think a lot of these people lied. They tried to be like, oh, just say you don't know him. Well, now it looks really bad because you clearly knew him and you clearly were communicating with him for long after you said you were.
If, and I believe this is a complete belief, that it is true that there's a lot more that they have not released and will never release
I think
because of the nature of the things.
they were like, hey, we have to put something out
Something out
kind
there.
of bad
Yep.
about each one of y'all
Yep.
to make them think, oh, that was pretty bad.
Maybe, but nothing
Yeah.
damning. But
They did Bill
there's
Gates wrong. Bill Gates was
Yeah.
he was the loser of this release. Have you heard about this?
Uh-uh.
I'm going to try to say this in a way that won't hurt us in the algorithm. But Jeffrey, and so Epstein.
This doesn't even have to go
9
on.
months for not proposing that hurt the algorithm.
Yeah.
So we're
okay. So Epstein used to memorialize things to himself in emails and send it to himself. Some people think that he did it as a form of blackmail.
100%.
So this
The whole thing I think was blackmail.
Oh,
So
but what's interesting is I'm going to sidetrack. Everybody thought that there was one country in the Middle East. It's not like all the other countries. It starts with an I that he was working for.
and they're real.
If anything, it looks like he was working for them and Russia. Like the connections to Putin that was new. Like he was doing stuff for several countries. And but anyhow, what was
that was Gates.
so Gates.
Gates.
He memorialized a conversation to himself where apparently Gates got an STD. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft,
From
allegedly
from a Russian lady.
He's helped eliminate malaria.
Yeah, so from a Russian lady that we don't know the age of, he got an STD, and he apparently had described what his private parts looked like to Elon at some point, to Epstein. And then he was asking Epstein, "Is there any antibiotics medication that you could give me that I could give to my wife without her knowing that I'm giving it to her?" Because he's afraid he's now handed this off to her, and he wants to cure her without having to tell her he gave her an STD. And he memorialized that all in an email and then like sent it to himself. So like it might not be real, but also like that was probably the most embarrassing thing that came out of this new release.
But there's some damning emails in there that are like, okay, you're talking about doing terrible things, and then they have the person blacked out, redacted, who sent the email, and you're like, that's the point.
Yeah,
Right, we got to catch these.
That's the
pedophiles.
point. They should go to hell, and they should probably be put on a firing squad on ABC on Sunday night at 7 p.m. And then the American people would, I think, no matter almost who it is, if we figured out that this was happening, which we know to an extent it was happening because those people were in jail for human trafficking and like very secure things that they were very sure that they were doing. I think 99% of the American people would be like, good, despite who it is.
Oh, that's what, like, they're going to have Bill and Hillary Clinton come in and testify in front of, like, the committee or whatever. And there's some on the right that are like, they're like, dude, there's people on the right that are like, oh, are you scared, liberals? Like, we might. And it's like, no, fuck Bill and Hillary. Like,
No, we don't care.
You can have
we
Bill
don't
and Hillary.
care. Take them.
If Bill Clinton, which I doubt Hillary did anything, but if Bill Clinton did something with some underage girls, send his ass to jail. Like, I don't think anybody on the left is really going to have a problem with that. Like, whoever did it, they should go away.
Firing squad.
Yeah, I think we're
Jailhouse justice is fine.
It seems like Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General, it seems like they have made it clear that like that's it, we're not giving you any more, and they've admitted they have 3 million more documents, but they're just not going to give it to us. And like I said today, Trump said flat out, he's like, well, I think that DOJ should just tell them we have better things to do.
We got to move on.
Yeah, and it's all right. So that he's cool with it, they're cool with it. We're done. We're not getting anything else for 3 more years, and then it depends on who gets elected next. Whether or not we get something.
Massey's not going to let it go for the next.
No, but he doesn't have any power. And
no, but he's not going to let it go. Because, I mean, it is a law that was passed to release everything that you could do without compromising victims.
There was a thing forever where people were like, there's nothing that Trump could do to make his base turn on him. He could shoot somebody in the middle of fifth. It turns out the Epstein thing is, and it's not all of them.
Not all of them still.
There is a decent sized chunk that are like, hey, we thought we were getting the child pedophiles and you're helping them.
Now you're saying there's nothing left and we're not showing you the rest.
Yeah.
Like,
so
why are we doing that?
That's what, anyhow. So I guess, I don't think that's going to matter. But the thing is, I think all the powerful people in the world are involved in this, and this is a conspiracy. But I think you look at who all's in these emails, it's all the richest and powerful people, and they don't want it to come out, and I think they're going to win this argument. like they have the power.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it was like, even when you go back to the random unannounced trade that I like to talk about, the Nicki Minaj for Marjorie Taylor Greene trade that nobody.
Dude, Marge is on fire recently.
So much fun.
I still think Marge is crazy as shit.
Yeah,
but like I
always
find myself seeing her tweets now and being like, "Holy shit, Marge!" Like, who would have thought?
But she's like, she got it because right when this whole thing started, she was still in office or whatever you want to call it. And she was really big behind the release of all the files.
That's pretty much why she's not in office anymore, because she voted to release them, and then she started getting death threats from her and children.
No other right side people were there were a few.
Her and Massey.
Yeah, but not many. And she said, he called me and said, my friends are going to be hurt if you release these files.
Yeah.
And she said that publicly, and I'm like, go ahead and get them out there then.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and see it. Sorry, your friends got hurt. If they did something that is this heinous, bye.
I wouldn't care. I probably would, but I'm going to say I wouldn't care as much about it, but it is kind of fun for like the last 10 years of like a satanic pedophile ring, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then here we are now,
people.
and it's like, here we go. We got the evidence. Like, let's see it. And no, there's no interest now.
Okay.
Like, okay.
All right. So I think you might understand this, and I'm sure you will too, only because your wife has talked about it before. There is one email out there in the released files that is a Wayfair receipt for like $10,000.
Okay.
You guys remember this?
I remember the whole Wayfair.
Wayfair was child trafficking?
It was called like the Lisa dresser, and it's really a child inside the dresser. It was something like that,
Yeah,
right?
and it was just one random thing that they released that was just like a $10,000 for one item Wayfair receipt, and it was like, oh, thanks for delivering the goods.
Yeah.
On the email, and it was like, have they been right the whole time? Has everyone been right the whole time? Are you kidding me?
That's what Alex Jones back in like the early 2000s would be like. There's a satanic pedophile island in the Caribbean, and all the elites
Everyone's
go there.
like-
And everybody was like, "Oh, fuck you, Alex Jones.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy."
And now it's like, "Holy shit, Alex Jones." Right.
And it's funny, and then Alex Jones will be at the same time be like, it's not that serious. Now. You're like, no.
Listen, guys, just because he partied with Epstein doesn't mean like, no, hold on.
If you went down there 4 times, you knew something.
Yeah.
You at least knew something. Then none of this has to air. It was fun to talk about. Though.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the Epstein talk. Thanks, guys.
I'll probably put it up there.
I like it.
I'm gonna do minimal editing. The one thing you wanted out.
Yeah. None of it was we weren't damning to either side or any.
I told myself ahead of time, I was like, I'm not going to talk politics tonight, but if one of them cracks the door open, I'm going to fucking bust through
I
it.
was ready for the files. I've done so much studying. I was
done
ready
0.
studying for the test.
How do you guys have all this time?
Yeah, well, got that. I'm sending that to certain people I know in the organization.
No, I do things at work.
Do lots.
But I also do have time to look at things.
Here's the deal: like
I'm not teaching people constantly over online.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're salaried, so you're paid for what you bring to the table, not the time that you spend
the
doing
time that I
things.
spent. I agree
It's
with
the
that.
value you bring. So
Right.
and
I still gonna. I'm still gonna clap that one sentence.
that's fair.
Yeah. I think we pulled off a good full show tonight, boys.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half.
I like it.
And we got an hour and 43 minutes on the thing. So thanks for being patient and tuning back in after 9 months of us not podcasting. Sorry. Life.
If you're still here, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Don't drink whatever the fuck that is.
Or maybe my wife didn't do it right. We could always blame her.
I'm drinking old.
There's stuff floating in it too.
I'm drinking old whiskey from the shelf, and
Sure, it's fine.
I'm actually concerned about how that's going to make me feel.
Okay, well. Let's see if we all live to post this episode.
Yeah. Till the next one.
Later.